Have you ever considered what it means to live an examined life? This is not just a fleeting thought, but a profound question that ancient philosopher Plato urged us to contemplate. To Plato, an examined life meant a life lived in pursuit of knowledge and understanding, a life not just lived, but questioned and scrutinized. One of his most well-known quotes, "The unexamined life is not worth living," encourages this continuous self-reflection. It's an invitation, a challenge even, to look inward and question our beliefs, actions, and motivations. It's about seeking truth, not just accepting what we're told or what seems apparent. This ongoing self-examination, according to Plato, is what gives our existence meaning. It promotes personal growth, encourages us to learn from our mistakes, and leads us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So, according to Plato, the key to a worthwhile life lies in constant self-examination. What does it mean to be wise? And what is the relationship between wisdom and ignorance? Plato, the great philosopher, once said, "One thing only I know, and that is that I know nothing." On the surface, this statement seems paradoxical, but it holds deep wisdom. To claim knowledge is to limit oneself. To admit ignorance is to open the door to endless possibilities. It is to acknowledge that there is always more to learn, more to understand. This is not a defeatist stance, but a humble acceptance of our vast, unending potential for growth. This quote challenges our conventional understanding of wisdom and ignorance. It suggests that wisdom is not about accumulating facts or mastering skills, but about a continuous journey of discovery. And ignorance, rather than being a lack of knowledge, is the fertile ground from which wisdom grows. So Plato suggests that true wisdom lies in recognizing our own ignorance. Have you ever wondered about the nature of reality? A question that haunted the minds of philosophers for millennia, Plato included. Plato's theory of forms is a lens through which we can explore this enigma. In this theory, Plato proposed that our physical world is merely an imperfect replica of a perfect, ideal world of forms. Take, for instance, his quote, "The measure of a man is what he does with power." Here, Plato isn't talking about physical power or political influence. No, he's referring to a man's ability to shape the realm of ideas, the world of forms. To Plato, a man's true power lies in how he interacts with these ideal forms. Does he uphold them? Does he challenge them? Does he strive to understand them? These questions are central to Plato's philosophy. For Plato, the ultimate measure of a man isn't his physical strength, but how he uses his power in the realm of ideas. What is justice? And what is its relationship to goodness? These questions have puzzled philosophers for centuries. Plato, in his profound wisdom, defined justice as minding one's own business and not meddling with other men's concerns. A seemingly simple definition, yet it carries profound implications. To Plato, justice is not merely punitive or retaliatory. It is a proactive virtue. It involves maintaining a delicate balance of rights and responsibilities, respect and restraint. It's about acknowledging the boundaries of our influence and understanding that everyone has their own path to tread. Now, how does this tie in with goodness? Well, Plato believed that justice and goodness were intrinsically linked. Goodness, in Plato's view, is about striving towards the ideal, about seeking truth and virtue. And justice, by ensuring that everyone minds their own business, paves the way for this pursuit of goodness. Plato argues that justice is a form of goodness, and it involves staying in our own lane. What is love, and how is it related to beauty? Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher, had a profound perspective on this. He once said, "At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet." But what does this mean? For Plato, love wasn't merely an emotion or a feeling, but a transformative force. It has the capacity to change us, to make us see the world in a new light, to inspire us to create, to express, to reach towards the sublime. And beauty, it's not just what pleases the eye. For Plato, beauty was the splendor of truth, something that awakens a sense of awe and wonder within us. When we encounter beauty, we feel a pull, a longing, and it is this longing that love responds to. Love, in its purest form, seeks beauty, craves for it, aspires to understand it. According to Plato, love has the power to inspire us and bring out our inner poet. What is the difference between knowledge and opinion? This question takes us deep into the realm of Plato's philosophical thought. According to Plato, opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. So what does this mean? Knowledge, in Plato's view, is the absolute truth. It is unchanging and eternal. It's not subject to personal perspectives or cultural biases. It just is. It's the reality that exists beyond our senses, beyond what we perceive and experience in our everyday lives. Opinion, on the other hand, is subject to change. It's influenced by personal experiences, cultural norms, societal values, and a myriad of other factors. It's not necessarily false, but neither is it the absolute truth. It's somewhere in the middle, a bridge between the certainty of knowledge and the uncertainty of ignorance. So, the next time you find yourself in a debate, remember Plato's words. For Plato, knowledge is certain and unchangeable, while opinion lies somewhere in between certainty and ignorance. What is the role of education in shaping our virtues? This question takes us to the heart of Plato's philosophy. He argues that the quest for virtue begins with one fundamental step: self-conquest. But what does it mean to conquer oneself? For Plato, self-conquest isn't about suppressing our desires or denying our nature. Instead, it's about understanding ourselves deeply, recognizing our strengths and weaknesses, and learning to master our impulses. This self-knowledge is the cornerstone of virtue, and it's through education that we acquire it. Education in this context isn't merely about accumulating facts or acquiring skills. It's a process of self-discovery and self-improvement, a journey towards a deeper understanding of our own nature and the world around us. It's this journey that molds us into virtuous individuals, capable of making wise choices and leading fulfilling lives. Plato suggests that self-conquest, which can be achieved through education, is the first step towards virtue. What is the connection between music and the soul? This question brings us to one of Plato's most profound insights. He once said, "Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination." Plato saw music as more than just a form of entertainment. He recognized its transformative power. Imagine a melody stirring emotions within you, or a rhythm that sets your heart racing. This is the essence of music's magical ability to touch our souls deeply. Music can also be a vehicle for expressing the inexpressible. It communicates feelings and thoughts that words alone cannot. It's a universal language that transcends borders, cultures, and time. Moreover, Plato believed that music is an essential part of education. It cultivates virtues, wisdom, and discipline, leading to a harmonious life. By giving wings to our mind, music allows us to explore new ideas and perspectives, and to dream beyond our perceived limitations. Plato sees music as a powerful tool for nurturing the soul and expanding the mind. So, what can we learn from Plato's teachings? Throughout our journey into the heart of Plato's wisdom, we've delved into profound insights that still resonate with us today. The first step is self-examination, a crucial exercise that Plato passionately advocated. By scrutinizing our lives, beliefs, and values, we can unearth hidden truths and pave the way for enlightenment. Wisdom, on the other hand, is not merely the accumulation of knowledge, but the understanding of our ignorance. Plato encourages us to embrace the paradox of wisdom, to acknowledge that the more we know, the more we realize how little we truly understand. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? Plato's concept of ideal forms beckons us to question our perception of reality. Are we merely seeing shadows on the cave wall, or are we brave enough to turn around and face the true forms of existence? It's a challenge that invites us to grapple with our understanding of reality. In the realm of justice and goodness, Plato prompts us to strive for fairness and virtue. He teaches us that justice is not just about laws and punishments, but about harmony within the soul. Goodness to Plato is the highest form of reality, a beacon we should all aim to reach. Love and beauty, according to Plato, are not superficial but deeply connected to the soul. Love is not merely an emotion, but a force that propels us towards the divine. Beauty is not just physical, but a manifestation of the ideal forms. Knowledge and education in Plato's view are not just about learning facts, but about nurturing the soul. He highlights the importance of critical thinking and the pursuit of wisdom. Education to him is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. Lastly, Plato's thoughts on music remind us that it's not just an art form, but a powerful tool for shaping our souls. It's an integral part of human existence, a language that transcends words. Plato's teachings remind us of the importance of self-reflection, the pursuit of wisdom, and the power of love and music. They challenge us to question our understanding of reality and strive for justice and virtue in our lives.